Hello. Thanks for joining me today. One of the questions that a client asked me yesterday is, how can I stop overthinking and second guessing myself so that I can take action with confidence? So if you're someone who often gets stuck in mental loops or analysis paralysis and just, swept up in this vicious cycle leading to inactivity, frustration, self-doubt, this video is for you. I really just want to break down, firstly, it's not your overthinking that's the problem, it's your relationship with uncertainty, right? So we've been conditioned throughout our lives, throughout school, throughout university, to find a sense of security and comfort and validation in some ways, which your ego will naturally gravitate to. It will gravitate to certain opportunities, conditions, circumstances, people, in order to reify and reinforce this sense of security. And then anything that lies on the outside of that, anything that's uncertain or ambiguous, seems like a threat to the ego. Peter Crone says it very well. He says anything that's not life-threatening is ego-threatening. And that's why I wanted to highlight this, because it's not a matter of overthinking and the problem that it causes. It's your relationship with uncertainty, which is often rooted in things like fear of failure and being afraid of the consequences of failure, seeing it as this big, hairy, scary thing, as opposed to a gift in many ways and an opportunity to walk away with greater levels of wisdom and knowledge and resilience and courage, right? It's also rooted in perfectionism and, striving so hard to, create this grotesque, distorted picture of perfectionism, which is a fallacy, because obviously no such thing exists. There's a difference between holding yourself to a high standard and wanting the best from yourself, and then giving yourself compassion if you don't meet that standard. And then there's a difference between that and holding yourself to such a high standard that it seems so impossible, so unattainable, and so far out of reach that it leads to this cycle of overthinking and second guessing yourself and inactivity, right? So what I'm really imploring you to think about as I'm walking through this is change your relationship with uncertainty. The minute that I learned how to acknowledge ambiguous, uncertain, shaky, strange circumstances and territory as an opportunity for growth, for greater expansion and expression and learning about myself, about the world, about relationships, about business, that's when I felt like I had the keys to unlock this mental prison that I was stuck inside. It's such a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if you try and stop overthinking, it's really just like chasing your own tail. You're not going to be able to take meaningful, inspired action by trying to fight the existing paradigm of stuckness and analysis paralysis and rumination. The only way to break free of this mental prison is to change your perception to the very thing that you're afraid of, right? When you start to see uncertainty for what it really is, which is an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to learn more about yourself, an opportunity to make mistakes, to walk away with, like I said, more wisdom, more compassion for yourself, more resilience, then you really start to fundamentally rewire your brain so that you can effectively teach it and train it to feel safe and comfortable stepping into the uncertain world. When you do that, and when you've done this enough times, and it's a ritual, it's a practice, you do it every time that you notice that fear come up, or that scarcity, or that overthinking, and you choose a different narrative, and you choose a different perception to take. And when you do this enough times, you down-regulate your nervous system into a state of calm and peace and parasympathetic activation of your nervous system. And you really condition yourself to feel comfortable taking action, to the point where you start taking action with confidence, because regardless of the outcome, you're not going to walk away empty-handed. Whether it's a win or a loss, you are going to gain something remarkable and priceless either way. So I hope that's helpful for you. Thanks for watching me up and listening to me up today. Let me know what stood out to you, and what was a distinction that perhaps helped you end this cycle and this mental loop of overthinking and second guessing yourself. And give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit the subscribe button. It would really mean so much to me, and if this offered some value to you in some way, why not share it with someone else so that they can get the same benefit and find some more clarity and freedom in their own lives as well. So please send it to someone who might come to mind, who you feel is an overthinker or a second guesser, and have a really beautiful day. Sending you lots of love, and we'll speak soon.